Good morning to everyone. No, I have not fallen off the cliff, or I haven't gone for a swim, or I haven't decided to go back home and forget the vlog. I just didn't want to take you all away from this beautiful sunrise this morning. I saw it 1:15 and it was almost there, but I wanted you to enjoy it in its entirety. Got a few sprinkles coming in right now, so I'm just going to stay here for a second. Don't have any umbrella, no rain shield today. Came out here absolutely unprepared, but it's just a magnificent day, as I'm sure you all have experienced. Anyone that's been on here from the beginning, you saw the awakening of a day. We are in an area known as Landlock, and this is in the parish of St. Lucie. We're going to do a little walk from Cuckold Point, which is just a little bit more to the north of where I am, maybe about 20 or 30 yards, and then we're going to make our way back over to Paul's Point, which is the extreme end of Cove Bay. Just want to say good morning to you all. Now, before we start, I would definitely like to say the Serenity Prayer from right here. Those of you who would like to join us, please do. And anyone else, we'll see you in a couple of seconds. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Your will, not ours, be done. Amen. Such a beautiful morning. I just can't believe how gorgeous today is. Not that it's not always gorgeous, but it is stunning this morning. I'm going to take you up on a little bit higher elevation. This is where we are right now. We were down inside of here, using this fisherman's chair as a wind block, and we're down on the inside of a little covey section here. We had to climb off onto the edgy cliff. Not really climb off, but step down. Very safe where I am, so don't get too concerned. I just would like to obviously stress about the cliffs in this area. You can see how they're made up. They're very shaly, and there are lots of rocks and stuff just embedded into like soil. So anytime you're in this area, please exercise caution, because anywhere in the close side of this cliff here is what you got to call danger. We'll talk more about that on the way over, but I want to stress that from early this morning. Let me get up in the higher elevation and take up this chair and put it back up here so that it doesn't get blown away or anything. And thank you to the fishermen of this area for having this great tool that we can use this morning to assist us. And before we get a walk in this direction, they said it's called Cuckold Point. I don't know how a lot of things in Barbados get their names, but we're going to call them as they were in old maps. I don't know if it has a new name though. I do know for sure that the map that I have and that I follow has all the coves and bays up here that are not even registered on the new map. So I don't know if in the older days, if they had more sand in some of these bays. I used to call them seasonal beaches, but I try and actually give the name of them now, because there are a lot of people that were born in this area that are REMC family members, and they remember them by the names, the original names, so we can use them wherever possible. As I said, this point that we're standing on right now is called Cuckold Point, and we're looking into an area known as the Landlock. So let me do a 360 here. Lots of wind, a lot more wind than I expected. It had dropped quite a bit. In land, I don't even feel it at all. But here, as you can see, we're getting a little bit of blow. So let's start this 360 and let's work our way through this entire section. Here we go. Utilizing lots and lots of different buttons and options on this gimbal this morning. Wind out here just blowing everything away, so we're gonna just take our time and we're gonna enjoy this beautiful scenery as we go this morning. Just beautiful out here. Now this whole area here in rainy season is extremely marshy. I came over, you all will remember actually, because I'm sure many of you were with me. We came through this area in late August, We had just had a lot of rain and stuff, and I had mentioned that I was actually going ankle deep in many areas in mud and water. Very deceiving, because you don't realize the kind of water that can actually sit and just stay in this area here. It's just strange but beautiful, absolutely stunning. I mean, look at this view here, and we're looking into the back of the plantation known as Cove, or the house known as Cove. That's embedded in those trees over there. Actually, we can't really see it too well from here, but you can see the cliffs that surround right up to Pico Tenerife in the distance. We're going to be going in that general direction, but we're not going to make it that far today for sure. I've actually split a walk that we did in August in two. The one section between here and Little Bay we're not be doing today. We do that another day. As I said, I don't want to make these vlogs too long, and with a 15-minute or 18-minute, I think it was approximately sunrise this morning, we already had a good set of minutes on the belt. However, I'm taking from the time I picked up and started around my mouth, because my mouth needs at least 30 minutes to get rid of all of the energy. If not, I'll be going home talking to myself the whole way in the car, and that is not something I want to do this morning, especially when I start to answer myself back because I can't talk enough in one direction. Just stunning sceneries. I'll show you again, as you remember, over by Little Bay. If you haven't remembered those vlogs, you remember this type of terrain here if you were on it, or if you've ever been there yourself. You can see it's not solid coral at all. This has just been eaten out over the years. It is just a lot of coral stones that are just held together. It looks like a lot of, it looks like marl almost. But it's very, very loose and very dangerous. So you have to be real careful when you get to the edges of these cliffs. We saw something like this here yesterday when we were over in Martins Bay, but not to this kind of scale or magnitude either. Beautiful, beautiful area. Just stunning. I would like to say good morning to all of you all, and welcome to beautiful, beautiful Barbados. I actually saw a couple of hikers a little while ago and gave them one of my cards. They told me we're not hikers, but I think we saw you by Cherry Tree Hill. No, you know, if they're hiking from St. Lucie to Cherry Tree Hill and not calling themselves hikers, I'm not too sure what to tell you, but those guys were cool. Hopefully they will come online, and hopefully you will see us mention them here now and join us up on the EMC family in the near future, hopefully. Beautiful sunrise. This morning I really was itching to see a really bright sunrise. You know, yesterday, not that it was a disappointment by any means, but it wasn't the type of sunrise that I wanted to see. And today I said I was going to come somewhere that I knew for sure that we would see the sun. And I didn't want to do it from the south side or from the southeast side. I want to come back down in the north area, over on this side of the island where you don't normally see, and take you on a walk where you would not normally walk. When I say not normally, I should say in the past, because I know there are many of you that are bringing your hiking shoes, and I know for sure that some of you are going to make this hike from Little Bay to Cove Bay and beyond. It's just beautiful out here. Why would you not want to see this here? I mean, firsthand, you're seeing it here in this vlog, but trust me, the feeling out here and the beauty that I am seeing and the sensations that I am experiencing from the sea spray coming on my skin with the warming of this sun rays here, you all know that is not something that I can really put through the camera for you at all. It's something you're going to need to experience. So those of you who can handle this type of hiking and terrain, I urge you, please come here and enjoy some of this here. And I would most definitely recommend sunrise time. Out here it gets extremely hot, brutally hot later in the day, but you also want to watch that coming up this morning. You had a look at it on the vlog. I am sure it's something you'd like to experience yourself. Take pictures for yourself to show your children and all of your family and your grandchildren over a period of time, because I don't know how this coastline will be. I don't think there's going to be any development here because of just the main structure of it, and it's not commercial in this area. Not too heavily populated either, so I don't think anything will really happen down here. But just in case, you know, we've seen a lot of things change, even if it's just to show the coastline, because a lot of these cliffs here that we're seeing now are going to change their structure for sure in the coming years. You can see the overhangs in many areas without any support under them, so just a matter of time till some of these edges come off like the other ones. You'll see the whiter areas, and then you'll see the areas that have a little bit of grass on them that hasn't moved yet. Just lovely. This is why you gotta call nature's playground. You know, the East Coast is definitely the nature place for sure, but this section here, although it is just very flat and not with the kind of growth and you know, a lot of the East Coast has, like up in the Bath Hills and stuff, It is just gorgeous. You can see how all the hills begin to light up now with the incoming sunrise. Just stunning. The sun has shifted so much. When I get to the area that I can show you where it was back in August, if you have not seen that vlog, I will explain to you how much shifting the sun does at this time of the year. Just stunning, stunning beauty. I hope the wind block this morning was enough for you to hear those breaking swells. We had some good ones rolling through. So I'm sure that if you were on and we were hearing it, you would have enjoyed that. Definitely, those sounds felt as though they want to put me to sleep. Just lovely up here though, my goodness. See, these are the overhangs that I'm warning you about all the time. Just the little edges along here. There's no support under these sections. You step too close to the side to have a look in the water, well, you're going to become a part of those rocks down there. Not something that any of us want to experience, I can assure you of that. You can see the massive cracks in the cliff over there as well. You can see it's not a solid structure. So just be careful when you're walking over here. Don't go too close to the edge, please. Just, you know, always err on the side of caution. Sorry if you laughed in the beginning there, but let me tell you, when you're a puppet, you're a real puppet for true. That's all I have to say. I'm not going to say any more about you know who, because there are a lot of fans on here that have been giving me a lot of static, a lot of pressure recently. So I ain't going to keep quiet, because I'm trying to bring people to the group, not run them away. But either which way, my puppet and myself say good morning to all of you all this morning. Just beautiful. You can see all of these rocks that were a part of the cliff originally that would have dropped off over a period of time. You can see the cracks all in the superstructures here. And you can also see that a lot of ash, you can see the remnants of the ash out here in the cliff as well, because this area, unless they have torrential rains and stuff, this would still sit in this area. You can see the ash and actually some of the pools around the place still. Otherwise that, you wouldn't even know that we had that ash fall back earlier in this year. Just beautiful. I saw some tracks out here, 4x4 tracks out here. So I know that the farmers that have the cows out here bring water and stuff for them and feed them in this general area. You'll find that all over the Cove Bay section, all in the pasture, etc. But it also goes on this side as well. You see the cracks we're talking about. This is not something that's going to just break away now, but it's something that will definitely break away in the future. So as I said, just capture your pictures. You know, there'll be your memories for days to come. Lots of good walking tracks. When I say good walking tracks, although it's bumpy and rocky, it is quite smooth and quite defined. You can see where most of the people walk out here along these cliff areas. Me, I like to follow it as close to the edge as possible. I should say as close to the edge as safely possible. I was explaining to some friends yesterday that a lot of people get concerned when they see me on the cliff areas and stuff, but they don't understand that the camera, the angle of the camera, can deceive you quite a bit, as well as the extension that I have on with the gimbal as well. So sometimes I'm showing you stuff from maybe 3-4 feet away and it looks as though it's just a matter of inches. I do get within a couple of inches sometimes, I must tell you the truth, but I do err on the side of caution, and I am as careful as physically possible. I definitely treasure this life. I'm not frightened to go on to where God's taking me, but I do treasure this life. So while he has me here, I'm not going to tempt anything or go and do anything stupid to get to him quicker. He's already with me. I'll meet him one day. As you can see, every tree out here is blown back like a spoiler. you know, like spoiler in the rear of a car. You can see all of them out here. The continuous winds shape all of the trees out here. Everything just goes back at about a 45-degree angle, because these winds don't ever really stop out here. They may get a little lighter on occasions, but they really don't stop. Just to show you some of the cliff that we were just on, where we have just walked, so you can see what beauty awaits you. I know there's some of you that can't make this walk, but don't worry, you will make this walk with me this morning. That is the thing. And any future vlogs that I have, you will be walking with me. I'm gonna go over and see if I can find my buddy today, this morning at some stage of the game. So I missed her yesterday, but I gotta go and check her out at some stage of the game today for sure, preferably in the morning time. So buddy, if you're on board, get ready to find me somewhere in your area this morning. It's just lovely out here. It's peaceful. Well, I'm going to just walk for a little bit, try and keep my mouth shut for a little bit, and let you enjoy the sounds of the winds and just experience, or try to experience, what I am experiencing now. Remember folks, you have to really open your eyes, let your imagination run, feel your experiences that you've had here in the island and your memories, and lock them in, and you will definitely start to feel what I'm feeling out here, or experience it anyway. That is an amazing thing. Your mind is amazing. So utilize that this morning. I don't know what outside your conditions are like, but you can see what it's like here. And I am bareback. It's cool. I won't lie to you. There's a little cooler breeze blowing. I want to use the word nippy or chilly, because it's not that way, but it's a lot cooler than it has been in the past. So here we go. This is the silent section for you to enjoy it. Have a look around. Utilize your heart. Utilize your memories and enjoy. Now, when we were here in August, we were actually watching the sunrise, or I took some sunrise photos from right where I'm standing now, capturing both cliffs, looking into the sunrise. It was approximately center bay of where we're looking now. So that will tell you how much shifting the sun makes this time of year, and it's only now started, because I think later in December is where it actually reaches its furthest point. I'm not too sure. There's some people on here that would know that actual date, etc. But I do know that around December, January is when you definitely see it in the furthest south area, and that's when you get those beautiful shots like from down at Pebbles and Carlisle Bay, South Coast. That's when the sunset really comes into play on those sides of the island. Is this not just stunning? I don't know how many of you even knew about this. If you had not seen the vlog that we did before, I don't know how many of you have ever heard of the Landlock. The Landlock is this area that we're presently in. I'm going to give you your first official EMC photo opportunity. Enjoy. Taking some blows this morning with this wind, oh voila. And imagine this is supposed to be fairly light conditions right now. They were showing me 16 and 17 mile an hour winds. They didn't really have any gusts at this time. They start later in the day. They showed till about 11 o'clock that it was going to be milder, but it's pretty strong out here right now. Now, it is really called Gaze Cove. Cove Bay. The original name was Gaze Cove. However, because of the plantation that's located here that's called Cove Plantation, it has adopted the name of Cove Bay. But as a friend of mine pointed out to me many months ago, Cove, the word Cove and Bay don't go hand in hand, but that is the name, and it is officially recognized on Google Maps as being Cove Bay. It is also a little billboard out there that's done up, artist has done it up for you, saying welcome to Cove Bay. So we're going to call it Cove Bay. I just want to give you a little bit of the insight of the past name where it was called Gaze Cove. What I will get any discussion is, look at these beautiful leaves, and guess what? No ugly fruit around at all. Not one. That season is finished, so you actually have some peace and quiet for quite a few months now to come. So, sorry buddy, I've got to make some sport out here for sure. Actually, I got to make sport, period. Beautiful walking terrains out here, lovely. Quite a few homes in this section as well. You know, I can just imagine how peaceful this side of the island must be. Must be a little bit quiet on occasions, but so peaceful. What we're going to do is we're going to go and look into these walls from this side with the sun behind us, so we can really truly see how beautiful the cliffs are out here. And then we're going to go into a dip out here where our signal strength drops quite a bit. So I'm going to go through that section very quickly, and I hope I won't lose you all. But I did say go up at like 108 and 109 this morning, which is not good. Anything below the 100 is great. Anything above that, a little bit shady, a little bit dicey. I just want to show you what out here looks like with the sun behind us and how beautiful these cliffs are. Now, these are not the cliffs that you will see when you're over on the east coast, but this is the type of scenery and the kind of colouring that you will notice when you're on the east coast looking at Cove Bay from the distance. Just beautiful. As you can see, this runs way up into the land. There are a couple of others that are smaller than this, a little further on. We'll take you to them at another day, but this is one of the bigger ones. Now, this first time I came here, this just blew my mind. And that wasn't, I would say maybe about 15 years ago was the first time I saw here, when I first did my walk from Little Bay over to Cove Bay, and it just literally blew my mind. And I had not been out here since then until I think it was August, somewhere in August when we did our other vlog. And it has just, again, blown my mind. It is so beautiful. I have some friends who are staying on the East Coast who are leaving the island today. They were first timers to the Rock, and they have said that they will be returning for sure. They actually went exploring the cave at the Crane yesterday and walked through the Shanty or Ginger Bay. And they were very impressed with that. They actually had found that on one of the vlogs as well. So it just goes to show that people are looking and watching the vlogs and taking in everything, and hopefully everyone that comes to the island will just have a peep at them, even if you don't use them for any reason. Just have a peep at them and see what and where we go, you know, because it is really beautiful out here. We go to a lot of areas that you would not normally see, and they're areas that you can quite comfortably get to, as you would have seen. Alright, this is where we descend now, and we're going to lose a little bit of signal strength in this pocket, but I want to take you to the other side, so hopefully you'll be able to watch that with me. This is called Corbin's Bay. That's this little small bay here. I'm going to go through here quite quickly. Very loose terrain out here, so please take your time. Lots of loose rubble and stuff, so if you're coming down in here, just take your time, please. Exercise caution. Remember, you don't need to be in a rush when you're in Barbados. You leave that behind when you're going on vacation, or when you're returning home. You leave that behind, please. Hopefully I didn't lose the signal. As you can see, it's a clearly defined track. Most of the east coast and the northern sections have these. Very easy to find your way around. Very easy if you're not sure exactly where you're going. You can look around and follow it. Just beautiful. Magnificent cliffs. Now when you're driving into Cove Bay, if you have come in the past, And you'll see the homes that are over on your left. They have the usually pond full of water this time of year, which is dry right now. This is the homes of all the people that own the cows and stuff out here. This place is breathtaking. Just look at these cliffs coming alive. I see my buddy saying she's on board. That's good news. You know, that's another thing that is quite impressive. You know, many people are coming here on vacation and still locking on to the vlogs because they wake up this way and then they hit the beach. And I'm sort of like seeing their outback off-road experience before they go to the beach. So that is wonderful. And they also wake up with the family. You know, as I was telling other people yesterday, it's amazing how friends from all over the world who hardly ever communicated are now doing it on a daily basis. People who never knew each other have now become best of friends. That tells you the power of the EMC and the far-reaching effects of good, spiritual, happy, kind, loving, caring people. Amazing. Now there's a big pond normally over by these casuarina trees. It is dry. So we had talked about the lack of rainfall in Barbados. We desperately need rain here. But you know, everything comes when it's supposed to happen. You know, we have the faith. We can't sometimes put that in play, and then other times put it on pause. Is 100% of the time. So when things are great, you know, everybody loves to say, oh, thank you, God. When things are terrible, God, how can you do this to me? Remember, everything happens for a reason. Sometimes we do not know the reason, but if you're following the light, that's the important part. Beautiful little calf. Look how lovely that is. Oh my gosh, gotta get a little bit closer. But those of you who've been here before, like in December and January, you all will remember this pond here being full. It is bone dry right now. Beautiful little calf. Oh my goodness, so lovely. Mother does not look too happy with me. So I'm not really a cow charmer. I'm a cat charmer and a dog charmer and a people charmer, but not a cow charmer. So I keep my eye over my shoulder at her because she is not gonna surprise me today. Let me tell you, I can run hard then. The clean war wagon, we are using reverse psychology this morning. So we will put that in play right now. Clean, spotless, glistening, just looks perfectly polished and in immaculate condition. Yeah, that's our big sleigh. That's what gets us from A to B to C. And that is my angel's chariot. Coming to Christmas time now, it's going to become the Santa sleigh. And we have other times when my angel comes home, it will transform into the Romeo sleigh. Different things for different occasions. But still boils back down to the reliable workhorse. Alright, this is Paul's Point, just directly in front of us. This is where we're going to stop. Well, not where we are. The actual point itself out there is Paul's Point. But this is where we're going to stop our tour for this morning. I hope you all have had a wonderful time with me. I hope you've enjoyed the sunrise. If you came on later in the morning, you did miss a spectacular sunrise. If you have some time later on today and you feel in the mood to just relax and just breathe in peace and beauty, I will urge you to have a look at that. We're actually going to go the other way so you don't look into the sun, and then we can look back into this cove area here as well. Now when you're on the east coast and you're coming around, this is the beginning of where it really starts to resemble North Point, the Animal Flora Cave. Nothing in the island is like the Animal Flora Cave. I would like to express that, because the Animal Flora Cave is somewhere, and I always talk about when I'm in North, even when I'm not there, because I'm so impressed with it. You know, that's some place you can go, sit down and have some of the best meals that you could possibly have on the island. A place where you will most definitely have some of the most beautiful views. And if you come around in March time, you will actually see it, February and March, you will actually see whales off of there as well. So if you give them a call, and before you come here, if you drop them an email and ask Sue or Manny to just let you know when is the best time for you to watch and you can time your vacation with it, just do so, please. I will tell you though, that my angel and myself came over one day, watching for the whales that were there the day before, watching, hopped in the truck, went back home as soon as we got home, live video from Animal Flower Cave with whales. So, nature cannot be controlled, so I expect that can happen with anything. For example, we could have driven over here this morning and had nothing but dark clouds with no sun. We were blessed to be able to see a sunrise today. Look at the spray coming off of that point with the sun behind it. Whoops. Well, as soon as I can get this to stabilize itself, because I'm gonna have to put this on a lock. Just look at that. Is that not gorgeous? Beautiful. Now the winds out here very strong, so we're gonna sort of like end this off now. Just work my way a little bit over into the less windy areas. Remember, folks, Barbados is waiting on you. But remember, you come when you feel like. You just take your time. It's not going to spoil. It's not going anywhere. It's going to be right here waiting on you. And this place does not get worse. It gets better. We have seen that. I have seen that through my years on this planet, on this rock. I've seen Barbados get better and better and better. I know that may not even seem possible, but it is true, it does. So the next time you come to Barbados, get ready to experience something new. It will be different. I hope you all had a fantastic day. Remember today, what we're supposed to do. All we are asked to do is to give. Just keep giving your love, keep giving your care, and everything else will take its place. Remember, you don't have to expect, or you're not supposed to expect when you give. When you give out the kindness of your heart. If you're expecting something, you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. And I am not going to say you may not be. You are not doing it. It is written. You know, you give, you give, you give. If it's to come, it will come. And I can assure you from myself and from my experiences, I give, and receive in a huge abundance all the time. The kindness, the care, the love, the compassion that I experience from the people within this EMC and from other people I meet, they're not even in EMC, is just unbelievable. Things I did not ever expect was to find the love and the care and the kindness that I'm finding all around me now. I think it depends on what you give off. I honestly believe that if you're walking around in a positive state, that your reflections come off of people. So people feel what you are experiencing, they pick up what you're experiencing, they absorb it, and then they put that into play. Everyone, I hope you had a great day with me. I have had a fantastic time. I really enjoyed this section of the island. If you're on Barbados, you know what is awaiting you. Come on out and have a beautiful day. If you're not here yet, this is what is waiting on you. If you don't know when you're next coming, don't worry. Every morning that I am come here, except for the Wednesday and Sundays, I am going to do my absolute best to keep you in touch with the place that you call home, to melt your hearts and to warm your souls. This is the time of year that is something will be really important, because I know how cold it is out there, or so I have heard. Have a great day. I love you all. Greetings from Barbados, and thank you from the EMC Care team and from all of the members, to everyone that's on here this morning. Thank you for being a part of this day with us. It wouldn't have been the same without any of you. Have a fantastic day. I'll see you all tomorrow if God spares life for another beautiful look at this amazing island.